Hey everyone, so this video is going to be a lot more informational than other stuff. It's going to be less bitty, but it is still going to be a lot more casual. This isn't going to be like hyper into numbers. It is very written in paint. And that's something that I mean literally. This is my entire documentation for the video. And the format for this video is going to be a little weird because the route is the same route between each prestige. It just extends between prestiges. And there's only differences between prestige 3 and prestige 4, which we'll go over at that point. So I'm going to leave markers. I'm going to leave timestamps for when each prestige ends. I'm also going to go over it in the video. But just keep in mind that the route is the same. Once you prestige, you're just restarting from the very start of ground zero, which we get into now. So starting on ground zero, they changed ground zero since the start of 1.0. Whatever you loot doesn't transfer to your stash anymore, and all of the notes get sent straight into your stash. So don't worry about finding notes. Don't worry about all of that. Since we have time to kill on ground zero, I'm just going to let this play out in the background and talk about prestige 1 requirements, being that they're non-existent. They don't really give you any requirements outside of doing new beginning at level 25 and doing the standard hideout and ruble requirement. And that's not a guide for that. So my tips are to do tasks and to play arena, and that's it. All you got to do for prestige 1 until level 25. And you want to be saving your labs cards up until this point, because one of the things you have to do outside of killing 50 scavs is surviving labs. And you can't survive labs if you don't have a labs card, and you can't buy them until you're a higher level. So hold on to those until you get this. Survive labs. The figurines don't need to be found in raid. Doesn't really matter. So you can just have a friend drop them to you if you have one of those, and then you're done. And that is prestige 1. I'm not really going to kind of go over that. If you want to follow routing, you can, but you don't even have to do story tasks. Play the game how you want. Going off of ground zero, we're now going to get into prestige 2 requirements. I'm going to get more into XP farming on this one once I get past the general new requirements from prestige 1, being that you have skills to level and you have a story task to do, which you can kind of do in less than a day. There's not really much I can give in guidance for doing tour because it is just playing the game. For unlocking reserve, use your friends to give you dog tags. That can also be killing your friends to take their dog tags if they're okay with it. And if you need to go labs, you can use a Kerman statue to do that. Either way, once you get to this point in tour, you should be around level 10. And at this level, you'll get the task from Skier to go plant the poster on customs and unlock ref. And even if you don't own Arena, you still want to unlock ref because you want to be doing his task line. And doing his task line will give you a 3-day trial of Arena. And during that 3-day trial, more than enough time to do his main game task line, which gives you 125,000 XP. Right? And if you're doing his arena task line as well, because they added that recently, that's an additional 96,000 XP. That gives you 221,000 XP in less than 3 days. And that's not counting the XP you get from arena dailies or from winning games or that you get from the double XP kit bonus. So if you're playing arena during those 3 days and you're doing the main game quest line and you're doing a little bit of the side task line, that's 300,000 XP at minimum. And I felt a bit iffy about including Cultist Circle resources in this video, especially with the Kerman thing earlier. But it's not really that hard to craft, and it is still a resource in the game, so I am going to go over it anyways. All of the figurines are easily just bypassable, especially at Prestige 2 through the Cultist Circle. You get all of your trader figurines through the Fence Barter. You get all of your boss figurines through Dead Miraz. You get one of your 2 Scav figurines through Elvis Vista, and you get one of your 2 PMC figurines through the Duck with the Duck Pate. And that's about all you really need to do for Prestige 2. Tor is a very on-the-rails story mission. You're going to be doing the same thing through Prestige 3 and Prestige 4. You'll just have different objectives at the same time. Outside of having to do Falling Skies at the same time as Tour, is that this is the prestige where the XP starts jumping substantially, and you do have to do a lot more to farm to get to that level requirement for New Beginning. And you'll still want to do the arena challenges from before to get that 221,000, but now we're going to add in the EOD task line, which gives you 510,000 XP at the end of doing it. And I'm of the same mentality of the Cultist Circle for this one. It is still a resource in the game. If you have EOD, this is the easiest way to get 600,000 XP. And at most, if you mess up, it's at the starting task and you lose a Zebralo and you have to wait till you find another one. But other than that, it is such a large sum of XP that I can't just ignore it. But you can ignore it now because they added Icebreaker. This is the whole point of the video. This is where 80% of the planning goes to. It's to making sure you unlock this map as easily as possible on Prestige 3 and 4. For Prestige 3, complete Falling Skies first and give the case to Prapper before you start working on anything for Bodai. You can grab the poster, just don't talk to Mechanic. So once you have enough progression to be going to the map, the main things you want to do when you first get to the map is talk to the intercom and then go touch the door. I don't think you need to touch the door, but go touch the explosive door just to be safe. After you do that, and after you get the ability to buy explosives through Prapper, go talk to the BTR and start focusing on his questline. Go Icebreaker to get the rogue kills, and then after that, just focus on doing his questline until you can only go Icebreaker through the map. Once you get that, you can just farm Icebreaker for the rest of time forever and you're safe. Past this point, when you start working on Prestige 4, the only difference this time is that you're keeping the case, but you're going to be working on Bodai before you keep the case. And the way this kind of works out for you in the end is as you're doing Falling Skies, you'll get time gates, you'll work on some Icebreaker stuff, you'll get to the Prapper step of Icebreaker before you finish Falling Skies. You'll finish Falling Skies, keep the case, open it, there's your ticket from Tarkov, and then the rest of your Prestige is just farming XP. So it all just kind of passed together with itself. During the time gates, you can also farm Arena. Just basically do stuff during your downtime. And I'm going to get into New Beginnings a little bit for Prestige 3. You have two options for your Raider kills. And that's going labs and hitting buttons, or waiting until there's a Raider event. You can go reserve, but good luck. And for Prestige 4, having to kill rogues, you can just go to the boat. You're doing the same thing you did earlier to unlock Icebreaker. You're just doing it while you have the transit unlock this time, so it's even easier. Yeah, I hope this video was informational. I was kind of working on this before they added Icebreaker, and then they added Icebreaker and they threw a wrench in everything. Like I was going to go in on Labyrinth and the EOD task line and transit bonus and all this, but they just added Icebreaker. So that's the whole thing. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I usually do national holidays, but I'm not doing one today. I just want to let you know I played in a streamer event. Woohoo! Woohoo! I don't really stream because my ultra wide makes it really hard, actually.